Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Yes, sir. Friday. Woo! The dust has settled on day one of the madness they call March. Luckily, I got out of there with all my hands, fingers, toes, and head attached. Today, as every Friday, I have my man, JCP Jaden Chandler Parnell, with us. What's up, man? How you doing? How'd you get through the first day of the madness, and how are you feeling going into the second day? Are you going to stay out or dive back in?
Man, I tell you what, I don't want to jinx myself, but the green looked a little nice yesterday. I Yesterday was a blast, man. Woke up this morning, still just I could hear the sound of the net swishing as Andrew Funk was hitting threes. 8 for 10. My good. I mean, that was shooting expedition by him, I gotta say. I mean, the first hit, Princeton, I'll admit that one, shocker. Man. Furman,
Heartbreaker.
Virginia, what are we doing? Man, crazy,
Yeah,
crazy day, honestly.
I have Furman.
They don't say it's a madness for nothing.
No, man, not without some kind of spectacle, some kind of rating of madness going on, some kind of something to get the juices flowing. It started off early, man. That
West
Virginia,
Virginia.
yeah, West Virginia, Maryland was a game that was good as hell down to the wire, and then at the same time, you got Virginia looking to be in control all game against Furman, just to let it slip through their grasp, and then before you figure out what happened, Princeton is up by three on the Wildcats of Arizona, who
That was crazy.
I was very, very high on Arizona. I'm sure that messed up a lot of people's brackets. I had Arizona
Side
going.
note, and I just sorry to interrupt, but I was just saying our bracket little pool we had. I don't know about you, I had them Sweet 16, and we even had somebody pick them. So first day, about 4 games in, their bracket's completely done, basically.
Yeah,
Crazy. That was probably, I'd say, one of the bigger upsets in recent memory.
no, it definitely was, man. Everybody's bracket I looked at, even the ones that was like 98%, it was like Arizona's going to the Elite Eight or something like that. I had them going into the Final Four. I actually had them going.
That hurts.
I had Arizona going all the way to the final game, and losing.
Oh,
So
that was just crazy, man. I didn't get to watch that game personally, so like I don't know what happened, but just seeing by the score, the fact that an Arizona team that usually scores about what, like 70, 80 a game, only scored about 55. That I don't know what's going on, but something tells me either the shots weren't falling or I don't know what was going on. I heard a little something about Corey not Corey Kispert. There's some dude on their name. I can't think of his name. I was hearing about some podcast how there's times where he might like shoot him out of games potentially, so they might try to keep him away from that. Like I don't know what happened, but the fact that Princeton, shout out Princeton, man, women's team won their conference tournament. The men won theirs obviously, and now they're going to the second round. Crazy story.
Ivy League.
Represent, baby.
No, that's probably the one upset I did not see coming or have
Same.
coming at all. I was on Arizona minus 14 in the hook and minus 15. I really don't can't tell you what happened, man. I'm watching the game. Arizona's up by 10, up by 7. Next thing you know, they're up by 3. And next thing you know, they're down by 3. And then next thing you know, the game was over. And it felt like, what the hell did we just watch?
Crazy. Yeah, I just saw the score obviously because I would say I wasn't able to like fully tune in to figure out what was happening till about the Oral Roberts Duke game. That's I was just so yeah. The first few games just seemed like the scores were just crazy because yeah, like you said, West Virginia goes up from 17 to lose by a little bit. Arizona seems like they blew a 10-point lead. Felt like there weren't a lot of leads that were safe yesterday.
No, it was barely. That is one thing that happened about the Madness yesterday, man. It was close games throughout. It was barely a time where I felt like, damn, this team doesn't have a chance, except for maybe the Duke over Oral Roberts.
That was ugly.
But every other game, you felt like, man, it's only 6, it's only 12, it's only 8. It felt like every
I won't
team.
lie. I was gonna say the one game I'm sure you feel the same way. Colgate. That game hurt a little bit. I won't lie because they were. I think it was like 9 with about 3 minutes left, and then it was 20 to end the game. Other than that, yeah, I think I agree. Like the Raging Cajuns almost stole a game. That was crazy to watch. I thought they were dead. I would say, yeah, I would agree with you. I think there's about 2, 3 games yesterday where there was like clear winners, and then other than that, I would say about every other team had a scare. Even Houston had a scare. That was an 11-point game, but that score does not say what that was. That was like a 4 or 5 point game with like 3 minutes left, and Houston was just able to pull away.
Nah, I wish they would have been able to pull away a little earlier and a little more. Um, Moving forward to today, though, man, I know a guy like yourself. There's a few teams today that you have some personal interest in, and some teams that I know you just respect and like. I know you got teams like Purdue and Indiana who you are close to home with. Where are you
Not
feeling?
Indiana anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I'm on the other side on that one, baby. Uh,
Where you
hate
sitting
to
at?
say, I think. What you said no?
Where you sitting at with Purdue minus 23 and Indiana minus 4 in the hook?
I'm definitely on the other side. I think Indiana wins. I like Kent State to cover. I can't repeat everything I heard on the podcast that was like 2, 3 days ago, but they were talking about how. I think it was literally. I think I want to say it was last time Kent State was in the tournament. Not 100% sure. Don't fully guarantee me on that, but basically, Kent State made a really good run, and the team that took him out was IU, and I believe that was around 91-ish, if I remember right. If that's what I heard, I could have the date wrong, but basically, Kent State has a lot of built-up blood against IU for over years, and it just like the way I said a little bit on my show Thursday, and then I said it also, I think even last week. Like you stop Trace Jackson Davis, you stop Jalen Hood Schifino, Indiana can't do anything. They're about 7 deep, so I definitely like the 4 there on the other side. And then when it comes to Purdue, I don't think they're going to cover the number. Did I bet it though? Yes. They should be able to cover it, but I swear if that team presses, then take the other team like almost to win damn near because Purdue can't. I don't know what it is, but Purdue can't handle themselves in the press. So I took the spread, but I'm going to probably wait to get Purdue potentially at a lower number because if Farley Dickinson shoots like they did 2 nights ago, then they actually would be able to cover 20 easily, I would think, because they shot the lights out the gym.
Yeah, I'm personally in that game on Fairleigh Dickinson plus the 23. Not because I think
Understandable.
they really have a chance to beat Purdue, but I do think that Purdue only wins this game by 12 to 18. I don't
I
see
think the
this.
number's way too big.
Yeah, I don't see them get into the 20s. But I could be wrong, man. But like you said, the way Purdue plays against the press, I think this Fairleigh Dickinson team is gonna just make them uncomfortable all night and be like a little boogers they can't get off their finger.
Not to
And
interrupt real quick too, because yeah, exactly. If anybody watched the Big Ten championship game, if Penn State pressed all game, they might have beat Purdue by like 15, 20. Like they were down 17 press basically the whole second half, and they cut it to a 2 point game. Like if, and yes, I understand Penn State Farley Dickinson a little bit different, but like for whatever reason, like Purdue just can't get out of presses. For like they can here and there occasionally, but they just like struggle for whatever reason it is. I cannot tell you. They see a press and they just get scared.
nah, they've struggled all season, all year long with any team that presses them. You're listening to Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dawes. Got my man Jaden Chandler Parnell with me breaking down this beautiful Friday slate of basketball. There's a lot of games today that are close that I honestly I could just flip a quarter and probably be better accurate. I'm talking games like
Damn near.
Creighton, North Carolina State, Miami, and Drake, Iowa State, Pittsburgh. Where you at on any of
Yeah.
those games? And even you could throw Kentucky and Providence in there. And those are probably the
Don't
games
forget
that.
about Memphis, man.
Hey,
Memphis minus 1.5.
I'm all over Memphis. That's my favorite play
Same.
of
I
the
like
day.
that one. I Like to go along with some of those other ones. I definitely like Memphis minus 1.5. Yeah, I just think that the spread's a little bit too close for what people are giving it. I think they're looking at the seeds more than they're looking at the resume a little bit. Because if you watch Memphis, they played the 4 seed. I think I want to say 4 times this year, and they might have gone 2 or 2 whatever. But they like lost to Houston by like 2 in overtime, beat them once, and then they lost to Alabama barely, and then sent something else to another 1 seed. I can't remember. It might have been Houston again, but Memphis, they're really good. I think their guards are going to do well. Kendrick Davis, especially. When it
Mm.
comes to Kentucky Providence, I got the line to move in my favor. I got Provi plus 4.5 now. So scared that Kentucky's liable to win that game because Providence is they're Providence, so it's going to be close. I just like sometimes they're going to make shots, sometimes they won't. It's all going to come down to like if Andrew Bynum can make shots. I'm excited to see the revenge game for Hopkins against going against his former team. What were some of the other games? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head without going to the side.
Creighton,
I
NC
can't.
State.
Oh yeah. That line. That's what is it? 5.5, I think still.
Yeah, I can't call
Little
it.
big, little big. I
Yeah.
mean, like I feel like Creighton could definitely win by 5.5, covering easily, but it's just one of those numbers where it's like, man, that makes me a little nervous to take it because, yeah, just 5.5 is a little stretch.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, man. I want to take North Carolina State at this number, but I definitely like Creighton as the matchup in this game. Where you at on Miami and Drake? I'm all over Miami. However, I could see it going any which way.
I got Drake going. I think I got Drake going by like two or
Drake?
three rounds. So, dude, it just scares me because like that's everybody's pick basically. And we saw everybody's pick for Oral Roberts yesterday that just got smoked. I think Miami's really good. I think a 1 point spread really, really sucks. I think that's the odds makers just basically falling to the public. So it almost makes me want to take Miami plus 1.5 just to fade the public. But I have like it's one of those things where it's like I'm so torn in that game because I think I want Drake to move on, but at the same time, like I don't have a full for sure side on that game, so it makes me want to lean the number and kind of hashtag fade the public.
No, I'm all over Miami. I was all over Duke last night. Definitely.
1.5 is just like, come on. I mean, that game should probably be what, like at minimum 2-3 ish. I feel like if
No,
they're gonna
yeah.
respect them.
Even to go a little further, they're doing that to a lot of games. This tournament specifically, I haven't seen lines move how I expected them to move.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. I sorry to interrupt again. This is something I've thought about. Do you think it's obviously? I think there's a partial reason. I think it's obviously because more people are betting. Because I feel like last year, like they're in the past few years, like obviously I don't remember very well off the top of my head, but I felt like the lines would be more tempted to move. Like this year, I think, especially like yesterday, I think so far I've looked and maybe three lines have moved out of like the 15, 20 bets I placed in. One of them was UConn moving down from 9.5 to 8.5 back to 9.5. So it's like I think the books. I think kind of the books are kind of lost right now too a little bit and what they like.
nah, it's
I don't know how you
definitely
feel
been a
about it.
it's been a weird year watching the lines not move like I'm used to seeing them move. I'm used to seeing lines during March Madness move from 9 all the way to 14 sometimes, just because that many people are just on an underdog or on a favorite. I waited all day yesterday for a couple lines to move, and they did not budge any which way. I'm kind of still waiting on a couple games today for some lines to move. I've been waiting for the public to come in and give me a better line on Michigan State by taking USC so strongly all
I
week.
don't know, man. They got Michigan State went up to -2.5 like 2 days ago, and then they just dropped back to -1. So I don't, man, with how close the game is now, being about like 2 hours away, I don't know if it's gonna drop any lower because I've been waiting too, and it's been crazy. I think a lot more people are in Michigan State, which is like kind of weird. I
Yeah,
figured with you they'd be on USC.
yeah, I've been waiting for them to come in and just get slapped by my Michigan State boys. I'm all over Michigan State. I got more money than I should on Michigan State. I just gave
Let's
up
hope they
on
win then. We
watching
need
it.
them.
Oh yeah, no guarantee player. Uh,
No, it's a lock, right?
I don't even know what a lock is. You can keep my doors and windows open, baby. There's a couple games today that I feel like everybody knows who's gonna win. I wanted to see where you were at on teams like Gonzaga covering over GCU, and there was one more, Xavier covering over Kennesaw State.
Hmm. Oh man, that Xavier number feels like literally maybe like 1 or 2 points way too big. I think Xavier is liable to win by like 9 to 10ish. I think it's very similar. It just scares me after yesterday. Like we watched Arizona lose, but we watched Kansas, Alabama cover with ease. Basically, Houston barely got it over to 11. So it's kind of made me to the point where like my safe number in this tournament is kind of like 9.5, 10.5. So like the numbers like starts to get a little bit over that. Like Gonzaga should cover 15.5 easily, I would think, but it's just I don't know, man. That makes me so nervous. I just feel like if you wait live for like 5-10 minutes and the other team keeps it like a little close, you can get maybe 2 or 3 points in your favors. But then, for example, the flip coin, you do that, and UCLA is up, and they're up by 25, and the spread's 25 and a half. They even covered that. So I don't know, man. I like Xavier and Gonzaga for sure, but the spreads just scare me. If anyone, I'd probably take Gonzaga's because I feel like, especially Xavier, I feel like Xavier starts out slow way too often, especially when I bet on them. So I'm gonna see if they start out slow today. So if they, especially because of Sean Miller, I think they're gonna go decently far this tourney. I think he's a really good coach. Obviously, I think he gave me, especially. I know you watched that last game. You saw what Marquette did to him. That boy's coming back with a vengeance. So honestly, this game, the 12.5 is in play, but I'm not going to take it. I'm a little too scared. A little too big for me.
Yeah, I feel kind of similar. I'm on Zaga, not on Xavier yet. Am thinking about it. The other team I wanted to throw in there is Baylor minus 10.5. I feel like it's at a weird number. It hasn't moved all week. Nobody's on these Baylor Bears. They're actually one of the most disrespected teams in this tournament. I got them going.
Yeah, right?
I got them going to the Sweet 8. The Sweet 16 for sure.
I think I haven't got mine in the Final Four. Like, I will lie. Somebody was talking about how, like, Baylor's coming out slow, so I don't know. I really like the UNC spread. I'm sitting, it's like, I hate to say it, but I think that 10.5, like, the more I've looked at it, it's like, I've been waiting for it to go to 9 so I can just get the clean 10, but I think I'm just going to hop on it before it potentially balloons maybe up because there's also a boost on FanDuel for Iona to cover and the UNC team that Baylor plays to cover. So one of those two aren't covering, so I'm going to get on both of those for sure. But just in general, too, I definitely think I like that team to cover. I think they should be able to do it. I think Baylor is a little bit underrepresented. I think, and I bet you that coach has let his players know for sure what the media is thinking. So them boys are going to come out with the vengeance.
Yes,
you know how coaches are.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely know. They, man, bro, you can't disrespect the family. No, I'm saying. You got
that. They said you boys can't hoop.
Yeah.
Like that.
I think there's 2 or 3 games we haven't touched on. What's the game you're looking forward to the most today? I know you like TCU. I know you like Big East.
Memphis, man. I think Memphis, honestly, because they 1-point game. I think it's gonna be really close. I'm looking at. Let me look at the bet slip real quick. I think between that, I'm very interested to see UConn to see how Dan Hurley. I always mess up him and his brother. I'm like 90% sure it's Dan Hurley. I'm interested to see how Dan Hurley does. I'm interested to see Michigan State, obviously the first game of the day. I'm interested to see how they do. But I think my biggest game I want to see in that Indiana game. Just like, I don't know if it's just because like I despise Indiana now for what they've done to me the past few weeks, but I just like, it's one of those games where it's like, give me the upset right there. I think Indiana should win that game, but I'm just interested to see like how they respond, honestly. Just like, I don't know. I just want to see like how tournament trace goes and how because Jalen Hood-Schifino's a freshman, so I know he's a really good freshman of the year. But when those lights get big, sometimes they get a little too big for kids. I think he might be fine, but if not, I'm really interested to see what Trace Jackson Davis can do because this is his time to make some money. Honestly, like Andrew Funk probably just made himself a bag last night with the shooting like that. If he has another game like that, I mean, that's easy at minimum 2nd-round pick to some team that needs a shooter because. Yeah, I just basically like off that reason alone, I'm very interested to see how they do because of Trace Jackson Davis, and biasly, I want to see Zach Edey dominate because nothing is better to me in basketball than watching a big man work down low. Even in 2K, I'm taking the big man. I'm working down low any possession I can. It's just, man, I tell you what, post work is amazing. Just give me the big man. Let me see what the big man does today.
Hey man, I ain't mad at it. I definitely love a nice drop step up and under, a little footwork, give him a little shimmy over the right, over the left shoulder. I definitely like a big man who has a bag. And Zach Edey, I cannot believe in his improvements over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Like, I mean, to see him, the player that he was last year where he was just fouling nonstop, to now this year, insane.
No, it is. Yeah, I didn't expect it, man. I thought I was like, oh, Lord. Like, I kind of felt bad for Purdue and him. Like, they going to have to go through this Zach Edey experiment without Williams or whatever that guy's name was.
Trevon Williams, baby. That's big man to you right there.
No, Zach Edey has stepped up and exceeded all expectations. Couldn't be more proud of that kid and the Purdue Burler makers.
Hell yeah, I love that they got the 1 seed. Really awesome for them, especially after that UCLA loss, just because I think it's their first one since like 2009. Really, and it's just a big one for Painter. That's another reason I have Purdue. I think going to the Final Four in one of my brackets, losing to Marquette. Have another bracket where I have them winning them all. I want to see it for Matt Painter, man. Same with Mark Few. The Baylor, just like not Baylor, excuse me. Gonzaga or Purdue win it. Those are probably like my two favorite heart picks besides Shaka Smart, just because I would love to see it for the coaches. Because that's the one thing I think both those guys are missing on the resume. So it'd just be awesome to see them get it, but we'll see.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm nobody's Jesus, God, or Savior, but I got Purdue and Marquette losing in the Sunday second
That's
round.
rough. I will admit, Purdue has a really tough road going because now, especially because they got to play who they got to play tomorrow. I know they got to play Duke potentially in the third round. They got to play Memphis or FAU. Probably going to be Memphis. So it's going to be Memphis Duke. But if they do that, then they pretty much got a decent road to get to the whatever Final Four championship. But yeah, that I tell you what, that second game for them is going to be a huge, huge game.
No, I got Memphis for sure. Already, have you looked at Saturday at all yet?
Slightly, but not like too much. It was like a quick look ahead, a little bit. I gave it like a good 5-10 minutes just to see like times of games and everything.
Yeah, I'm already on Duke minus 2.5, 3.
Who else?
I'm already on
Yeah,
UCLA
I'm on.
minus 8.
Yeah, I was about to say Northwestern. I kind of want to take Northwest. I think I'm on Bama -8 already for me. And then it was Kansas -3.5. I had those two, and then I also
Yeah.
had. I'm probably gonna take Duke with you and give me them Nittany Lions. Hashtag we are. I got them beating Texas in my bracket. I was looking ahead, like in our bracket challenge. There's like 3 people that picked Penn State. That got me juiced, man, because I need them moving to the next round because I don't think anybody else does. And
Yeah.
plus, I just like that Penn State squad, but they got a tough game against Texas. Texas looked good against Colgate.
Yeah, I had
Shut up, anybody who said Colgate could shoot the lights out. They said, nah, we win them by 20 easily.
Yeah, I had Colgate winning going
Same.
to Sweet 16.
Oh, no, I did not, actually. I lied. I had Texas. I had to look, double check. Damn, that's tough. I won't lie, though. There was a lot of deep. What was your favorite upset from yesterday, you had to say?
I
If you had
mean,
to pick.
the only one I really saw was Furman and Princeton. I guess Princeton, man. Get Arizona the heck on out of here, bruh. Send them back to Tucson. Get them the heck on.
Hell yeah. I was going to say, I was going to change it to like your favorite play of the day as well, because I was going to say mine are two in the same game. I thought that pass to steal to the three was insane. See not just reactions and the disbelief and everything. So that for me, that's my play of the day and my upset of the day as well. Because yeah, that was awesome. That's what I could watch. I watched that probably like 4 or 5 times. I got like legit chills just watching it. That was just crazy to see, especially because not gonna say I had the bet, so that made me care about it a little bit more. But man, that was really awesome to see, honestly.
No, I loved it, man. I loved that play. My favorite play of the day was Kobe Brown from Mizzou.
I didn't get to watch that game, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I think he got I don't know, man. He went on like a 10-point rampage. He hit a 3, got the ball back, swung, jab step, swing through 2 dribbles, baseline, reverse dunk, come back, hit another 3. He just.
I might have to watch that sequence.
Yeah, he hit like 2 or 3 threes and had a crazy like reverse dunk going baseline, all while getting steals, and just he was dominating, man. It was
that game. I won't lie. I had Utah State in that game, and I don't want to say it wasn't close, but based on the score and the way it looked like Mizzou kind of like handled business in the second half.
No, they did not let them have fun. They said my mama said we can't have no friends over today. We ain't playing with you.
Yeah, did you see that? I forget which game it was. It might have been I don't think it's a Penn State game. I think it might have been the game before. Did you see the hidden block where the guy was trying to do a quick layup and the dude like pinned it with 2 hands off the backboard? That play was crazy too. I wish I could remember what game that was from.
Yeah.
That's my runner-up for play of the day, because that was actually crazy. That was freakish athletic. That reminded me of like that LeBron chase down.
Yeah. Now them boys be balling.
Man, I'm just so juiced for today, though. No lie, it's gonna be really. I think today is gonna be just good, if not better than yesterday. Just especially because the Magic. We got a lot more closer games.
That's the crazy thing, bro. This is the first time in March Madness history I haven't had at least 2 games where I was like, that's the one I'm picking, putting all the marbles on. We rocking with these. I literally have no idea with none of these games. It's such close numbers. It's such crazy matchups. The talent level has been spread out beautifully, evenly since the transfer portal and all these kids being able to play with their friends and play where they want to play. It's been crazy to watch every school having a chance to win every game.
I do like it actually. Yeah, I love. Like I'll admit, as big as the problems as we do need to fix with the transfer portal and everything to make it fix. I love the idea of it just because of that exactly. Especially because like 2 nights ago we got to watch two brothers play with each other in ASU and they beat some team by 20. That's something they're going to talk about and remember for forever. There's 6 set of twins in the college basketball. Now they get a chance to play with each other. There was what team was it? I think it was like FDU and then Penn State, especially like Penn State, like they got that boy Funks from Bucknell. They got some other dude I think who's from like Siena, Jalen Pickett, who's from Siena Heights, and they're their two of their best like star players. This transfer portal has like been amazing because yeah, like teams like Penn State literally got hot the last like 6 or 7 games of the season, basically with the first year of like all new guys almost I think, and now they're in the tournament playing amazing, and it's you got team and just everywhere's happening now because now everyone is like basically an even playing field. Because you got Purdue, who's basically only Zach Edey, versus
Yeah.
teams like this, you bring up 4 or 5 D2 guys, and those D2 guys play at the same level as. Just crazy, man, how equal college is starting to become now. We saw it
Nah,
with TCU in the national championship. I mean, just transferring over.
nah, it is beautiful, man. Can you finish this sentence? I live for the.
You said
I
it earlier in the week, and I can't.
I die for the.
Cash.
I live for the. I die for the
Money.
funk. I live for the funk. I die
I
for the
actually did not
funk.
know that
I
song. Hey,
live for the
we talked about
funk.
earlier. I'm terrible with music. You can't put me on the spot like that.
Biggie Smalls, baby. My man, Jaden Chandler Parnell, I appreciate you so much for coming on Friday
Okay,
and
man.
blessing us with your picks for today. Uh, sounds like we are
I'm
on
about to
some of
tweet
the
him out
same
too right
sides.
after.
About to what? Tweet them out.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just saying just while you're going. I'm about to tweet him out right after too for the peeps that missed out.
Sounds good, man. Make sure you follow him at Jaden95 Chandler on Twitter. Also, make sure you check him out on his own platform or on channel on YouTube at the JC Pod. You see it scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Show my man some
Hey,
love. I appreciate you coming, man. Always a
appreciate
good
it, man.
time.
Oh yeah, this was a blast. This was a really really fun time. Can't wait to basically just I was talking to you earlier. I just got back from the gym. I can't wait to go take a shower, sit down, just wait for about an hour, and then just enjoy all these games, man. It's gonna be a great, awesome day.
Yes,
Just another day
sir.
of the madness.
No, I can't wait to watch, man. I'm about to start setting everything up my dang self over here. Appreciate you, man.
Oh yeah, I'll be. I know you got some stuff to do, so hey, we had no extra hour bonus hours, baby. I'll be checking on you. Check on you later. I'm sure I'll be talking to you today. And hey, everyone, let's have a madness, baby.
Yay, yay. That's my man, Jaden Chandler Parnell. You are listening to Captain by a Hook with the red beard. It's Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dives. Let me get into some of my picks for tonight after we heard from JCP. I'm going to start off the day with Michigan State -1.5. I've been waiting all week to try to get this number at plus something. It's not looking like it's going to happen, so let me ride with my Spartans -1.5. Got a little too much on this game for my comfort. However, if you're going to ride or die. That is the saying. Baylor -10.5. Give me that. I will be sitting on some favorites today. Give me Miami -2. UConn -9. I'm going to take Fairleigh Dickinson. I'm going to take plus 23 on Fairleigh Dickinson. I think Purdue easily beats them. I just don't think they easily beat them by 24. Give me FDU plus 23. I think Purdue gets a 15-point victory, and I give my money in the whole world is a happier place. Moving on, I'm going to take Kansas State and Montana. Hey, Montana State over 139 in the hook. I got Vermont plus 11.5. I'll probably be looking to catch Marquette live at some number under that, like a 7 or a 5. Hopefully I can get some live action today. Yesterday kind of sucked for the line movements. I was trying to catch live. The games where I needed some teams to put some suspense. The suspense never arisen. Gonzaga minus 15 in the hook. I am all over that. And then Memphis. Everybody's taking Florida Atlantic. Give me Memphis, man. I'm kind of betting against the public today on a few of the trends, a few of the social media gurus tweeting out picks. A lot of people are on Drake and Florida Atlantic. I will be on Miami and Memphis in both of those games. Give me the bigger schools, the bigger programs with the bigger name coaches. I don't know how to say that respectfully. So, bleep them. Yeah, man. That's why I'm rocking today. A couple other games that I'm looking at that I'm trying to figure out what to jump on and what to take is Pittsburgh, Iowa State. Kind of leaning Iowa State there. I will try to find a entry point to get in that line under 4.5. Like I said, I'm going to try and catch Marquette. VCU, man. I've been going back and forth on VCU St. Mary's all dang week. Probably land on VCU right before the tip on Baylor. Xavier minus 12. Woo! I love it. Don't like it. Like it. Don't love it. Not sure what I'm going to do with the Xavier Kennesaw State thing. Told y'all I already got too much money on Michigan State. Strictly betting with the heart on that one. NC State and Creighton. Another one I have no idea what to do with. We'll probably end up having money on. I want to say NC State. I want to say Creighton. Both of these teams excite me. And looking forward to see whoever wins that game in the next round. UConn, I will be on them. Fairleigh Dickinson on them. Providence, Tucky, have no idea what to do with it. I'm leaning towards Tucky. I think they're just, I don't know, man. I love Providence. Something about Kentucky. I think they're getting hot at the right time. I know that means nothing to nobody. Well, it means something to me. Give me Drake in Miami. I'm taking Miami, Gonzaga, Memphis. I just talked about all three of those games. Just talked about this Kansas State, Montana over. And then Indiana, Kent State. I will try to get this Kent State number as high as I can get it before I attack it and put it down. Definitely like Kent State in this game to win outright. I think Indiana has too many holes and too much pressure on Tracy Jackson Davis, the man, the myth, and the legend, Tracy Ellis Ross. Arizona State taking on Texas Christian, the Horned Frogs, baby. You know how we're rocking. TCU taking on Arizona State. I love TCU in this spot. The -5 is just a little big. Might try to get on the Arizona State plus something before tip-off tonight at 9:05 Central Time. Thank you again for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. This is Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dives. Please take all wagers at your own risk, and please gamble responsibly. Dives.